Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalSabre. Thank you for stopping by. Can't believe another month has gone by. This is our monthly Talking About session, and this is number 26. I have a few things I can bring up. I'll bring up if anybody comes on and wants to bring up a subject, feel free to. Just put it in the comments. You can interrupt me. It won't bother me at all. Did you ever have anything weird happen? I've had two weird things happen to me this week in my gaming. And it's kind of, funny, frustrating, but funny at the same time. The first one was I was playing a baseball board game the other day. And if you ever watch some of them, sometimes the dice will fly off. Well, I had a D10 that flew off the desk here. When I heard it roll across the room, I can't find it anywhere. So that's one strange thing that happened. And then earlier in the week, I loaded up American Truck Simulator, and I got my wheel set up and my pedal set up, and the game would not recognize them. I don't know what happened to the settings. They just went crazy on me. So I said, well, I'll check it out. So I went over to Euro Truck Simulator, same settings, same wheel, recognized everything. So after a while, I got frustrated, and I shut it down. And about 4 hours later, I says, oh, I'll try it one more time. I went back, I turned it on, and everything worked. What is that all about? And that's like when we used to be in the control tower. Say we had a radio go out, so we'd call radio maintenance, right? And radio maintenance come up and work on the receiver to and everything would be working. And they called it the effing magic factor. That as soon as they walked in, everything was fixed. But I don't know. What about you? Have any weird stuff going on lately? Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing okay. We'll be making an unexpected trip again down to Phoenix this week. Not for vacation this time, too. But I guess we have some family issues down there. We're going to go down and say goodbye to one of our family members. And but the trip will be okay. I have a friend that's going down with me, so I'll have company in the car this time. How you doing, Jeff? Everything okay with you? So as you've probably been noticing lately, I've started using Looking Sharp in that Celtic hat. Thank you. So happy to get Jason Tatum back. I was so shocked. I expected him to be out for the entire season with that Achilles tear that he had, and a lot of people did. And then earlier in the week, they announced that he was going to play, and he played yesterday or the day before, and they played today too. And I'm so happy that the kid is back, because he's such a really good basketball player, not only for the Celtics, but for him personally. And he's had two good starting games. He has 20 points today, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the team flow is probably going to be a little bit changed around, of course, because when Tatum was out, and of course Porzingis was gone, and Drew Holiday was gone, and Horford was gone, and Luke Cornett was gone, and so I give him so much credit that he was using like 9 and 10 players every single game, and I expected at the beginning of the season that maybe they'd be like a 7th or 8th place team, but to be in second place, he's done a great job. All those players have done a great job. But of course, Jason Tatum, he's a first string all pro, and he's back. So somebody's going to have to give up the minutes. And I'm sure, disappointing. The other big guy that I'm really happy with this year is Quinta, or however you say his name. Happy with him. Boy, he's done a remarkable job as the big man with rebounds and stuff like that, replacing the big guys that left. I'm glad to see, Jeff, that you are a Celtic fan also. I always wore different hats, and I just walked by this one today, and I says, I just finished watching the Celtics play today. I says, I might as well wear the Celtic hat today. The green shirt just happened to be different. That had nothing to do with the Celtics. Yeah, so as you've probably been noticing on my baseball board games, I'm starting to use more and more of digital games to record the stats and the plays and everything, so I don't have to do the stats all the time. That's making life a lot easier, and so I got quite a few going again. I've got 3 replays going from the last 3 Triple Crown winners. I have the 1956 Yankee replay in progress, and I used Fall Classic Baseball cards and dice with it, and I use Replay Baseball's PC to do all of the stats that I enter the stuff in. And then I have the 1967 replay going with Boston, which was Carl Yastrzemski's Triple Crown year. I'm playing that with Dynasty League baseball cards and dice, and I'm using Action PC Plus to enter the stats. And then I'm playing the 2012 Miguel Cabrera Triple Crown year, and I'm using payoff pitch cards, and I use cards and facts on that, and then I'm using digital diamond baseball to enter the stats in. So it makes them pretty nice, makes it pretty nice to be able to do that. And so we got a few people up there. This is a talking about session. Everybody can bring up subjects that they want to talk to. So if you got something you want to talk about, or that you want to ask me, just put it in the remarks section. You don't have to wait till I stop talking. Put it in the remarks section, and I'll get right on it. Hey, Jeff, you got any board games going on the table right now? All right, 77, 68. So we both have the 67 Red Sox going on at the same time. It's going to be interesting to see how you're using Replay Baseball. I'm using, on that one there, I'm using Dynasty League Baseball. It's going to be interesting as I'll try to remember this later on in the years as it goes, how Carl Yastrzemski's stats are matching up versus the 2 different games that we're playing. Are those seasons that you're playing, Jeff, are they board game cards and dice, or are they just all PC? Yeah, I do that too. That's why I have so many different games lined up, projects going on, because I jump around. I don't like to stay in the same one all the time. I don't think the viewers want to see the same one all the time either. So, I try to appease myself and the viewers. I don't know if you are a book reader or if anybody that's watching is a book reader, but right now I am. You guys know, and right now I'm reading. It's backwards. You probably can't see it. It's Tom Clancy's True Faith and Allegiance, and it's in the Jack Ryan. It's the Jack Ryan, and the Jack Ryan Naval series is like book number 23 in that. And it's really, really, really good. I've read all the books prior to this on this one. All cards and dice. Cool. Are you keeping stats, or is it just wins and losses? For the 60, I threw a Gibson and McLean with the Red Sox replay. I did using Replay Baseball cards and dice. I have done in the past. I did a Denny McLean replay. I got over 20 wins. I think I had 22, but I wasn't even close to getting 30 like he had that year. Yeah, I always keep stats too. I've always kept them. You always take a lot of time at the end, but using some of the stuff like digital diamond baseball and PC replay baseball, and what else am I using? I'm using Action PC baseball or PC Action baseball, because with the new revision of that one, you can manually enter the plays, and it'll keep the stats for you. So that's saving a lot of stat time for me on those. I still have to do some manual stuff when it comes to my basketball and hockey that I keep track of. Big hockey game going on right now. Buffalo Sabres and Tampa Bay. They are tied at 80 points apiece, the top of the Atlantic. Did a Gibson replay with Apple years ago. The error came out real close. The ERA come out real close. Cool. I don't remember the exact. It's been so a while. I don't remember the exact data on the Denny McLean one that I did. Jeff, do you play any war games or is it all sports? There has been some times in my life where I've got scared away from some games because of rule books and so forth like that. And I recently had an experience with a new game that I had on Kickstarter for a long time, and it came in, and it was Field Commander Robert E. Lee. And when I first opened up the box and started looking at it, I went, oh, my goodness gracious. And I was going to show you some of that stuff today, if anybody's watching that. So when I opened it up, this is what I found in there. First of all, a 67-page rule book. Then I found a campaigns book. This is where you get your campaigns and so forth. Then I found what is this one? How many pages? I don't know. Almost 40-page advanced rule book. Then I found a core set battle pack. I was going, oh my goodness gracious. I didn't expect that because, see, I have Field Commander Napoleon by the same company when there was nothing like that. But what I wanted to show you was the first thing I did after reading. I'm trying to get some more gaming going. I have a lot of games, but I haven't played many. My goal is to change that this year. Yeah, I have a lot more too, and I'm trying to change that too. I always got one more war game on my tables of death. So what I did with this is, first of all, I took this advanced rule book in this core pack, set them aside. I'm not going to even touch them for quite a while. So then I started going through and reading the advanced rule book, or not the advanced rule book, the basic rule book and the campaigns book. Hey, Ron McGrath, how are you all doing? Good to see you. The Hunters and Silent Victory should get here soon. All right, you got both of them coming in, and I have both of those. That's a really nice war game. You know, a lot of people say, well, you don't make a decision. Well, you do make some decisions. You make some decisions on whether you want to follow, whether you want to fire, whether you want to go submerged, whether you want to go airborne, and what weapons you have for. So there are decisions are made. And yes, there's dice rolling, which causes the luck or success, poor success. But anyway, I like both of them. The other one that I had that is similar to that's World War I is Raiders of the Deep from Compass Games. But I have both of those too. So anyway, what I was saying, then when I found out what Vincent did, he was a designer of this game. He made a whole bunch. I didn't have to print these out, a whole bunch of player aids. I put them inside of here for protection. And at first I looked at all of them. I says, oh my goodness gracious, I've never seen a game with this many player aids. Then I figured out what he's doing. Okay, it is making it a lot easier for people. Then he made another one that's simpler for people that are first getting into gaming, because this isn't. I would recommend this for a starter to beginner if he hadn't made some. He made another set of rules that are for beginners. So what he's done, this is like the whole sequence of play. And after each action, he refers to where the page in the rule book. Okay. Then what we got here is we get to a place where we have to have a battle. There's pre-battle, there's lots of actions within the actions in here. So that's what made it a little difficult. Then he made pre-battle plan checklist right here that you go through, referring to the rule book. Eventually, I won't have to look at the rule book, I guess. Then, when you get to the battle, he listed everything from the battle turns. He talks about them. It's not just a list. He talks about them and everything. So, in the game, there are a lot of things that affect your combat, effect, and so forth. And one of them is called insight. If Robert Lee is on the battlefield, that you get some insights. But there's a whole bunch of insights, and they cover a whole bunch of different things like duration, demolitions, entrenchment, fronts, morale, and so forth. So I could never memorize all of that, so I would have to keep flipping back to the book. Well, Vincent put them all on there, and he added the, if you needed to look anymore, he added the rule book page. Then he made one on shock attacks, which is a special attack. So also now, during the game, there's a lot of stuff here. The Confederates have battle plans and special battle plans and what's the other one called? Default battle plans. Okay, so there's a lot of them. Now, each one of these is a different battle plan. And then the default battle plans. And default battle plans are also written on the battle board. But I would have to keep looking back into the book for these. He made these. Saving so much time. Then the Union has special battle plans and he made checklists telling us what the Union special plans are. So then we got the combat and performing attacks. The last one I got here there's a few more that I didn't bring out, but then they got Confederate and Union resupply. And so he has done all of that for us. And that is just great. It's great. All of that kind of shied me away at the beginning, but I'm getting over it. I'm learning the game. It was a little bit more difficult, and I'm looking at my phone because my son was just trying to call me, and I'm trying to send him a message. Let me do that real quick. All right. Yeah, it was just a question about he's going down to Phoenix too. So Vincent Cooper did a really good job with those, putting all of those and printing them out as part of the package so that I don't have to print them out. So if goals get blue and gray by decision, nations at war, White Star Rising, and a 40 series game by Simonich on the table. Wow. That's a lot for the 1 year, especially if you haven't played them before. I did come across it. I got a mortuarium on myself right now because of I got, let's see, it's 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 9 games that are still on order through P500, GameFound, or Kickstarter. So I says I wasn't gonna order anything else until that goes winding down. And I set the 1st of April as the goal. If I don't wind down by the 1st of April, I'll buy one. And one that I looked at recently that I put up, I've got it number 1 on my war game dream list. I have 3 different dream lists. Is called Secession 1861 from Fortress Games. It looks pretty cool. The Fortress Games, I'm giving them another shot because they're the ones that created the game, the solo game, Save South Vietnam, which if you saw the video, I think I ranked it my most fun game played last year was that one. And so this Secession 1861 is Civil War related. I'm thinking I'm going to give it a try. And I got some other stuff on that list too, but that's number one on that. I'm also trying to get my regular multiplayer games going, but I got another one sitting there waiting to be learned in this Lightning Train, which came out after Gen Con last year. In that one, I got to learn everything on it. I have punched it out and sorted it, but I got to learn everything on it. But while I'm learning one game, Field Commander Robert E. Lee, I don't want to be learning another game. My baseball games and sports games, I know for the most part, I have to do a little refresher every time I play them after a long, long time. Like today, I played Fall Classic Baseball for the first time. It's not out yet. For the last time, a long time. And I made some mistakes, but, I think everybody in the channel understands that you make mistakes, especially if you're playing different games. And the big thing is once you hit that record button, your IQ goes down. For me, it does anyway. Yeah, so I have some other war games I want to get in. I'm going to get one of my submarine games back up this year. The ones I have played so far, I played In Magnificent Style by Worthington Games, which is the Gettysburg, the third day in Pickett's Charge. And I also played, oh my goodness gracious, I'm losing here. It's another Worthington game. Oh, South Mountain, 1862. I wanted to get that one and start learning that system because it's a Civil War Brigade series. And learning that system because they got other games in that series, and I won't have to spend so much time learning it, hopefully. But with the old man, the brain goes away real quickly at the old age. Yeah, it is a great game. I've had that for several years now. June, I missed it last year, and I missed Tarawa last year too. But in June is D-Day. So I'm going to get back to doing a D-Day at Omaha Beach, which is a John Butterfield game, which is really, really hard. But I'm going to be playing that again in celebration of D-Day. And I was thinking that maybe I would switch over to the Simoniches Normandy, but I'm going to stick with D-Day at Omaha Beach since by Butterfield, by decision game, since I missed it last year. And then Tarawa is in November, and I'm going to be doing Tarawa. They're both really hard games. Just looking over there, I thought I saw a fight going on over there on the hockey game. So I'm going to get them on. I don't know what other ones I'm going to get going this year. I'm thinking of, I don't know if anybody's ever played it or saw it, say Target for Today. I'm thinking about getting that one back out because I think I have a campaign going on that one, or else I got killed and I have to set up a new crew and campaign, but that's pretty chart heavy. I wouldn't recommend it if anybody that doesn't like charts. The other one second game I have on my number 2 on my dream list for war games is The Deadly Woods by Revolution Games. It's another Ardennes type Battle of the Bulge game. But what I like about it is it's made by Ted Racier, and it's a chit pool system, which makes playing solo so much better when you have chit pools or card activation type things. I have several games by Racier, but I just don't have that one. What do I got by him? I got the Dark Sands and the Dark Summer. So what I was saying about if Robert E. Lee, if you see anything and you're scared, if you see anything that scares you off, I like the intensity of the number of books and the number of things in it. Don't let that chase you away. Hey, how you doing? D.S. Smith from Texas. I like Butterfield's Battle of the Bulge was a lot of fun and not too deep. I don't have that one. I do have Ardennes 44 by Simonich, which I have played. That's pretty big. It's a pretty big game. There was something else I was thinking about. I want to get up. I want to get Combat Volume 1 up. I bought it in the sale towards the end of last year, but I've done nothing with it. Come a good old Pepsi Cola. I think the only other game in the last 5 years or so that scared me away, and I've stayed away from it, it's a sports game. And it's inside pitch. Every time I watch a replay, a video about that game, I look at it and I said, no, the cards are too, I just do not want to go there and learn that. And I haven't, but I have plenty of baseball games, so it's not like I'm short of those. My sports games, I probably have too many of them to try to keep on rotation. All right, Sabres just scored 1-0. I don't know who it was. Oh, Josh Doan. He's the new kid that came over this year in the J.J. Peterka trade with Utah. He's got like 20 goals too, so that's cool. Okay, we got about 3 or 4 people up there watching, D. Smith. If you got anything you want to talk about, bring it up. This is a talking about session where participants can bring up the things. They can ask me questions. I'll bring up things. So if you do, just put it in the remarks section and we'll get going with it. I think Baseball Demos did a nice job on explaining the inside pitch. So I'd have to look at it again, but that one kind of just scared me away for some reason. I don't know. But I do have inside pitch. I have inside the paint. I have inside the crease, and I have inside the blitz. So it's not like I'm afraid of the inside games. There's another fight going on now. Oh, I can see why this is going to be a nasty game. Both teams fighting for first place in the Atlantic Conference. That guy that just got in the fight for Buffalo is the guy they just picked up on the trade deadlines, Sam Carrick. Are you a hockey fan, Jeff? I know you're a basketball fan. I'm a Bruins fan. I was watching a little bit of the Bruins game a little while ago before I started getting ready for this, and they were playing Pittsburgh and they were up 1-0, and it's a big game for both of them because Boston's right there I think they're at the number 2 wild card spot for the playoffs right now. So in this Eastern Conference, that in the Atlantic, this East and Atlantic conferences, every point is so important. Now they got like 10 guys fighting over here now. Sorry for me looking over, but it seemed like everybody's in the fight. But they're going to be throwing people away. Oh, crazy game, folks. Crazy game going on in Buffalo and Tampa. It's the third fight I've seen already, and this is the first period. Crazy. I did a season of their replay 70-71 using Apple Hockey. Stats came out pretty good. Apple Hockey is a pretty good one. I have not had it on my table for quite a while, and I should do that, because I have a Jeepers Creepers, another fight. They're going to call the game off. Fans in Buffalo must be going nuts. I haven't had it on my table for a long time, and I should get it out. I do like it. Some people get a little bit scared of that, but I went and printed out. There's a whole bunch of sheets you can print out, and I put them in these plastic stands that tell you what's exactly happening with your roll, so you don't have to keep flipping the big charts, which made it a lot easier for me. I have several projects going on in my hockey. I just played a few games of shootout hockey. That's my quick go-to game. I want to play some quick ones and not have all of the detail. I still get detail like score, who scored, and penalties and assists. But I just played the 79-80 Buffalo replay. Just finished 76. Yeah, I think you're talking about printing those pages out. There's a place where you can get them. If I had it close, I would show you what I was talking about. I've tried hockey. Hockey is about fourth on my list of sports behind baseball, basketball, and football. Yeah, well, you still got you got a lot of good ones there that you can get games on if you don't have any yet. Right now, I got that shootout hockey one. I've got a 92-93 playoff season going with Hockey Bones. I have the 2002, 2006 and 2007 hockey playoffs going with Inside the Crease. And I'm sure I don't remember what I got going with APA. And then, of course, like you said, basketball. Basketball, I like basketball. I play replay basketball. I play Status Pro basketball, which is the Phil Graham version. And I play bank shot basketball. And I just finished up. If you look on the channel, you'll see one that I've played. It's called 4th Street basketball. That one's pretty good. That takes a long time to play that one, but I like the way it plays and the thematic issues. Yeah, I have so many games. I put so many projects up, and by the time it sometimes could be 2 years before I get around. I keep trying to rotate, keep my mind fresh, and replay is my favorite basketball game. Top 3 are replay, hoops, and inside the paint. I don't have hoops, but I have inside the paint, and I do have replay. But right up there is with me is bank shot basketball is really good. I think I was leaning towards getting hoops at one time, about the time that I ended up getting bank shot basketball when it came out. It's only been out for a few years now. What I really liked about bank shot is they got a system. They got one board where you put out your starters and then you put out 5 subs on both teams. So the way the system works, it'll tell you when one of the subs is in during the play. So you don't have to be concerned about doing all the fatigue checking for each of the players, because it kind of works out itself without you having to change the cards and keep track of how many minutes guys are in and out. Yeah, Jeff Edwards likes to replay basketball too. That is really a good game. And of course, still in my local superstar baseball season. We're in season number 26. We have 5 owners, 3 local here in the town, 1 South Temecula, and we had 1 in Tennessee. But unfortunately, he's got to move on after this season. So we'll be down to 4, which we've been down to before. We each own 4 teams, play a 30-game regular season, and then playoffs. And what we use, it's another Phil Graham version. Phil Graham got the rights from Sports Illustrated Superstar Baseball to redo it years ago, and he redid it. He redid the cards and everything, and and if you're really looking for that, if you go to the forums. When Phil retired from being a creator, he released all of the players he ever created. Like there's thousands of them, free to the community, to the hobby, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I like replay basketball or baseball also. I have the cards and dice, and I have the computer one. The computer one is more for keeping the stats than everything. And of course, when I want to do something like that, like the 57 Yankees replay that I'm doing for the Mickey Mantle Triple Crown Chase, that I had the piece, already had the own the PC baseball game, but I had to buy the team to get into the PC there so that my cards and dice matched up with it and everything. But for the cost of it, I figured that it was worth all the time it saved me with the stats. Yeah, I've got all the pad cards. Yes, got his free download. I played a lot of SPB ball in my younger days. I think the newer games have passed it by. Yeah, it has. But some of the people that I play with, we've been playing this since on and off since the 1980s, about 1984, 85. And so we just keep it going. We just have a lot of fun. It's the way we get together. We hold big drafts where all the players get drafted. You get your own teams. They're all stars and everything. And so it's a lot of fun, and we keep going. We're in our season 26 playoffs right now. Yeah, Pag, sure. What I really miss is what he used to do when he was still creating. Is every year he would do an updated set. I used to get the updated set every year. Then he retired. So, but now we live with probably the same files you got with all of his cards. No, for everybody that's watching or watches it later on, go down there and do all the good stuff YouTube wants and my channel wants. And, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so yet, help the channel grow. Put lots of comments down there about all of these board games and war games and sports games. And I love hearing from you, and I get back to everybody. How about football? What's your favorite football games, people? I think the easiest one for me to play is second season. I also like, I do like Inside Blitz. I do like Apple football. Once I got used to how to play it, it works pretty well. I have a 1964 Buffalo Bills replay going on in Apple football. I didn't play any football this whole football season on the channel. I don't know why. Second season, yeah. It's probably, I would say that it's probably still my favorite app is probably second. What I really like about second season, I ordered it when it was the anniversary set. And so the booklet itself came with all tabs. So all I have to do is pull the tabs, whether it's an outside run or whatever, but it makes it pretty good stuff. I've never played in solitaire pro football. App is your main football is your main. I just picked up the 67 cards. I'm going to do a RAM replay. Cool. That'll be because I have that replay going on. I have a replay going on in second season right now, but I think it's like the 2021 or the 2024 Bills. Solitaire football. I'm going to have to make a note here about that so I can check it out. What I do with APA also, since you're a second season fan, if you probably have it where if you're playing solo, if you roll the dice and it tells you what plays to call and what defenses are in effect. I use that same chart because I saw a guy talking about it. I use that same chart with APA because I personally don't like having to call like the offense and let the defense be against me, or call the defense, let the offense against me. I like rolling those dice. And then the play set, so it's a defense play. So I like more like what if type guy. Okay, Mike is the owner, a good guy to deal with. Don't know why I haven't heard of this. Status Pro football is fun. Solid, not Status Pro. Solitaire Pro. It's fun. Fact driven with team sheets. Pretty smooth. Okay. I'm going to check it out. Jeff, what do you want me to watch? What's Dave? Dave Gardner's got one. Okay. Yeah, I watch quite a few of Dave's stuff. No problem, Mr. Smith. No problem at all. Yeah, Dave Gardner usually comes on at about 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock on Sundays, does a show. I used to do more show at 4 o'clock, and I moved it back to 3, so we were bumping in there. Hi, Joe. How you doing? Glad to see you. Can stop by for a little while. Check the video out later. I did some showing of player aids and rule books from Field Commander Robert E. Lee. Joe, do you have anything new on the table right now? I'm still dealing with Field Commander Robert E. Lee. My sports are different than that. And then I've still got lightning train waiting to be learned. Pacific Tide. Okay. I think you were the one that talked to me about Silent War from Compass, and I did put that on my list. But the one that I talked about earlier, I'll talk about again real quickly here, that I just saw recently. I forget who, Wayne Hansen had it up there. It's called Succession 1861. It's a States of Siege type game. And I'm going to give it a try because they're the Fortress Games is the ones that created Save South Vietnam, which I really liked last year. So I want to give that one a try too. But I got to wait till the 1st of April when I can for my buying there. Because my list has not gone down any yet. I keep getting some notices. Well, this one's at this stage or this one's at that stage, but nothing coming in. Okay, D. Smith, thank you very much for stopping by. Hope to see you. Come on the end of the month. Put your calendar out there for the end of the month, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for a question and answer period in the channel's end of the month report. Nice to have you on with us today. Yeah, Joe. Field Commander Robert E. Lee's took me longer to learn than I thought it was going to because I had Field Commander Napoleon. I thought it was going to be pretty similar. It's similar, but not pretty similar. Vincent Cooper did a lot, built this into a really, really big game, which I appreciate. Okay, and so there's a lot more to it, a lot more things going on. So I had to get myself situated, what was happening, and what I had to use. And that's what I talked about. Those I showed the player aids earlier in the program today. Yeah, if the gameplay is anything as good as what Save South Vietnam is, I'll be happy. I have several State of Siege games, but I don't have very many of them. But I have a few. I really like Jeff Davis, the Confederacy one. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Just as another almost fight, just like the fourth fight I've seen the first period of this hockey game between Buffalo and Tampa. Yeah, the other thing I want to get back up on the table this year is Cross Bronx Expressway. I didn't give it enough of a go the first time I had it up looking at it. It was too like I would do 15 minutes of looking at it, go walk away for a day, come back 15 minutes. So I never did give it an honest go at learning it. And it shouldn't be that hard to learn because it's similar in style to the coin games. Okay, we got about 5, 6 more, 7 more minutes till we hit that witching tower. 1 hour out. We had a good chat today with several people on the. That makes me happy. Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about my music channel too. Music Spins and Sounds with Bill. Check it out. Channel might be a little quiet this week. I said it earlier because I am going into Phoenix for some family business this week, and so I'll be missing several days. Got 7 people checking in. Maybe they all checking in, looking at before they move over to the other ones. I think Artie does one on Sunday nights too. I'm not sure. Art Wolfslayer, and I think that Dave Gardner does a Sunday night one. Do I play games with the solo bots or play all sides? The coin games I got, I play all sides. With Cross Bronx Expressway, I was learning with the solo bots. Oh, okay. So Artie's on already right now then. No, 4:30 he comes on the Pacific time. So I thought he came in. Dave comes on, I think, at 5 o'clock, something like that. Okay, anybody else got anything they want to bring up or ask or bring up, talk about? If not, I'll wind it down here in a couple minutes. Everybody can run off and check out, see what Artie's got to do to say tonight. Dave tends to be more random based on his work schedule. Oh, okay. I thought he did have a set. Yeah, probably. Every once in a while, I throw an off the unscheduled one up, but not very often. If I am going to do something extra, I try to, put out a post that I'm going to go up. Okay, folks. Well, I want to thank you all for coming on board today. It was a nice chat we had about quite a things. I hope to see you at the end of the month on the Q&A. So SoCalSabre saying, take care of yourselves out there. Be kind to each other and stay safe.